gone on. I didn't know what was going on. Been too high to see it, lost in the blues. Nothing to win and everything to lose. It was all out of hand till it took control. Now I'm just trying to touch it and I'm all alone. You see, I took it hard right to the bone. Side of the road's been clearly gone. I never wanted to hurt anyone, but now I'm living all alone. And it was all out of hand till it took control. And now I'm just trying to touch it and I'm all alone. But I done made my sleep, and I'll hold you in my dreams, in my arms and in your eyes. Hold your heart close to mine. Start walking alone, off into the distance and out of the blues. Everything to win and nothing to lose. It was all out of hand till it took control. And now I'm just trying to touch it and I'm all alone. Time to live for the dream, or I'll always be asleep. Waking up, now is the time. Light on me in my sleep, and I'll hold it in my dreams. In the arms of my mind. Waking up, now is the time. stream. Sometimes a dangerous machine. I want it back, it took from me. My mind attacked, my soul and dreams. Matter of fact, it drove me to listen to my heart beat.
Gentlemen and folks around the world, welcome to the best online rally ever. Hello, and welcome. I wanted to cheer ourselves in because we don't have a live studio audience, so I feel like we should cheer ourselves in. Woo! We are your hosts. This is the beautiful Heidi over here. And it is lovely to see you, to have you all here for this crazy idea that we had. And we don't know what's going to happen. Let's be honest. This is online rally. You never know what's going to happen at rallies. So we decided to jump in and just do this. As we all know, the world is in a pretty crazy state right now. And a lot of us can't travel. So I am in Melbourne, Australia, and Heidi is in the US. How's it going, Heidi?
Good. It's good. I'm ready for this.
Yeah, of course you're ready.
I've been
Heidi
looking
was
forward
born
to
ready.
this. I've been looking forward to this, for so long, and the way the whole online situation happened was going to be our only chance to have a rally, and so all my energy, I'm here. I'm in it.
Of course you are. You're always in everything 100%. So it's really nice to be here with you all. Of course, I could not travel this year, and I've been at the rally this would have been my 12th year in Sturgis. So it is a very strange feeling to be missing it. Although it's pretty crazy there, maybe a little happy I'm not there. Let's see. All right, so we have got listeners, watchers, not just listeners, all around the world. And we're really excited to connect with you. So Heidi, the first thing that I want to ask is, what's your favorite thing about Sturgis Jewelry?
The versatility, the fact that first appearance, it has a very specific market, and the reality is it actually covers a lot of bases.
That's awesome.
The variability, the versatility, and the uniqueness. It's versatile, and yet at the same time super unique. Like, you're not going to get this shit anywhere else. And
That's
yet
true.
It crosses all the barriers.
It's true. So on that note, there's your first little intro. I'm a little bit biased. That's why I asked Heidi to answer that question. Sturgis Jewelry is a company that is my dad's. So my dad is the jeweler. And so I'm not allowed to brag about it, but I do. I totally do. It is very cool jewelry. So any of you out there, I know there are some brand new people who don't know about us. And we've actually been at the rally for fucking 32 years. 32 years. And Heidi has been at the rally for 35 years. So she actually beats us. So we've been a mainstay, as has Heidi. Heidi's been really involved in Sturgis and the rally for a very long time. And any of you out there who don't know about us, that is who we are. We make gold and silver jewelry, and we're going to be showcasing some of it throughout the show. But first things first, I do have a couple little things that I have to let you know. First, I have to say, welcome, welcome, welcome. And second, I have to say, fucking welcome, fucking welcome, fucking welcome, and fuck Facebook. Fuck Facebook, because Facebook made us remove all our fucking swear words from all our fucking advertising. So fuck you, Facebook.
We had to save up.
Now we can move on. I feel better now.
Yeah.
I feel much better.
We've been sitting on those for a week. That was a lot. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Okay. So second thing that we have to jump right into is, this is Rally, right? Right? Heidi, right?
First day.
It is the first day of Rally, and it would not be the first day of Rally if we were not having a drink. Because when we go to Rally, we have fun. We're having as much fun as you are, even though we're working. So all of you out there who replied to our Facebook event, you would have seen that I said, no matter what you are drinking, you need to also have a shot glass available. Come prepared. Whatever you're drinking, you have a shot glass available. You have a shot glass ready. And we are going to kick this off by saying, first day of Rally. Cheers.
First day of Rally.
First day of Rally. Whew. So yes, it is morning in Australia. It is the AM. It is the AM, and that is tequila, because there's no better morning drink than tequila. I just decided. Okay, so Heidi, the first thing that I want to do, I want to jump in right now, and we are going to have a look at some of our jewelry. We're going to have a look at some of our jewelry so that all of those of you out there who have not seen our jewelry before, you're going to be able to jump right on in and see some of this. So
this is those of you that may or may not have seen this on my Facebook, that have known me for all these years, maybe through the bike community, maybe not, maybe you've seen us here in Sturgis, maybe you haven't, but you have all heard me talk about this incessantly. You all know what I do when I'm here. And this is what it's all about. This is the jewelry that we carry, that we sell, that Joanna's dad handcrafts. So this is what brings me here. This is what keeps bringing me back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Heidi, you can see our jewelry here on the screen.
Yeah.
What do you want to see?
Let's look at the pendants. I feel like the pendants need more attention than everybody looks at big chunky rings, because every time you reach for anything or point at anything, everybody always sees my, right. I get all the compliments on my rings all the time. And sometimes maybe people don't really take notice of all the other things that I've got going on, because I always have a lot of Dawn's pieces on.
Let's look at this bad boy. Let's look at this
nice.
guy.
So that actually was one of the very first pieces that I ever noticed in the window when I first met you guys. That was one that actually stopped me and made me look in the window. It was in the outside window of the shop on the street where when I walked by, it was pretty noticeable, because I love skulls. I've always loved skulls. And that one had such a different, unique take on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's every year I see it all the time now. And yet I walk by it and it stops me every time.
So that's such a cool story. So this is one of Dad's, it's kind of a riff off of one of my favorite designs of Dad's. And it's a really nice chunky guy, like you can see there in my hand. It's quite big, nice and heavy. This one is in sterling silver. So the pendant itself is in sterling silver. And then the small skull in the eye here, 10 karat gold. So you've got the two tones here, which, as Heidi says, she always says this is one of Dad's signature moves, to have the two metals. Now, Dad always likes to make these just slightly different. So in this one, we've got sapphires in the eyes of the small skull, and emerald in the back of the body. You can't
Joanna,
see that
stop,
so
back
well.
up. Back up. Show the eyes and the little skull, because I feel like a lot of people can't really, I mean, it's not going to be great, but guys, when you're looking at that piece in person, that little teeny just accent is so eye-catching. It's unbelievable. The detail is ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff when you're wearing the pieces out in public and out with your friends, that it's the little tiny detail that catches people. Joanna, roll over to the top of the spider over the other eye. There you go. So see the body of the spider also.
I'll try and get the light on it.
Yeah, those little, it's just the little tiny details for the type of pieces that they are, the amount of detail that he gets in that's so clear.
Yeah.
That's what makes people stop me out. That's what stops people on the street, stops people stopping me on the street at home and not at rally.
You actually now wear this one quite often, right, Heidi?
I actually took it off this morning just because I wanted to wear something different. Yeah, that's the one I typically wear at home. Yeah.
We'll move on to that in a second. Yeah, so this one, emerald in the back of the spider there, nice big ruby in the other eye, emerald in the head of the snake. And do we have stones in this one? So Dad always likes to make them just a little bit different. Yeah, it's very hard to see, but these are tiny, tiny little rubies in the eyes of the snake as well. So as you say, it's the detail, right? So we're gonna jump onto one other pendant just because it is I don't know which one you're wearing actually, Heidi. You see where I'm going here.
We'll talk about it later.
So this one, this is the pan head that I have here. Putting you on the spot. We can come back to yours later. So this is a set. Well, it's not necessarily set.
This is what the pan head looks like on.
There. Hey, tech god. The ringmaster needs to switch to your video so that we can see it.
That's hilarious.
We've got the pan head pendant. Heidi is wearing a pan head pendant. It's a stunning pendant. They're really
hilarious.
Solid, heavy pendants. Good to wear them on heavy chains as well, of course. These pendants, there's the pan head. There's also the knuckle, the
if I
shovel,
can give you a better,
and the evolution. So Dad's made these in all 4 of those motors. Yeah, beautiful.
The detail on these guys is insane.
Totally
insane. It's basically a tiny fucking motor. If you had a motorcycle that was this big, you could wire that bitch up. Like, the detail is ridiculous.
It's crazy. It's true, actually. That is so true. So actually,
down to like tiny screw holes and like the detail. It's amazing.
Alrighty. So Heidi, now can you tell us, like, did you choose the pan head deliberately today?
I did.
Yeah.
Not knowing what you were going to feature, but of course I did, because that's what we did. If anyone that's watching that knows Joanna and I.
Yeah. We've made a deal that she doesn't know what I'm going to throw at her during this show, and I don't know what she's going to throw at me. So there we go. We're just going to look at those 2 pieces for now.
I mean, who doesn't love a fucking pan head?
2 pieces for now. And we're gonna come back, and I'm gonna have a chat with you guys because I have something else that I would like to throw up right now.
No throwing up.
A little bit of fun. For a little bit of fun, just a little bit, because I like to have a little bit of fun every now and then. Sometimes. Alrighty. We are going to. Hi, everybody. I'm going to share my screen. I have something super fun I want to show you.
It's a good thing you have great skin getting all up there in your stuff right there. Girl.
Alrighty. My friends, are you seeing this? Are we having tech issues, or are you seeing what I shared?
Not seeing it yet. Not seeing. I just see you and me.
Well, Jesus Christ. This is why I said we don't know what's going to happen in this show. For fuck's sake, we don't know what's going to happen. We're just going to see what's going to happen. Oh, here we are. Yeah, because I didn't actually click it. Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna drink about it.
Wait a second. You're gonna drink about it in a second.
No,
you ready?
It's not my shot. I'm gonna have a nice glass of wine.
Okay, that's very classy of you. So this is what I'm pulling up for.
Oh, I love that
Heidi,
so
Heidi.
much. I love everything about that so fucking much, except for the fact that I'm not that young or thin anymore. Everything else.
Yeah, well, life, right? Life. I could still hold you like that if I wanted to, though. So, Heidi, I want to hear a little bit about the first time we met and how that kind of progressed into us working together and then agreeing to do some crazy online show together. Go.
Okay. So I'm pretty sure my take on this and your take on this are vastly different. Vastly different. I was coming at it from the angle of the bartender that was going to do whatever it took to make sure the people that were sitting at my bar were going to have the best fucking time they could possibly have. You, I think, on the other hand, were a little bit struck by the whole situation, right? It was your first year here.
So maybe we should give this context. Can they tell that that's us? So that's a picture of me and Heidi. Continue.
Can you not oh, sorry, for anybody that doesn't know. That's Joanna and I, some 11 years now?
11 years ago.
11 years ago. So that was Joanna's first year here. And I didn't know it was her first year here. I didn't know who the fuck she was. She didn't know who the fuck I was. I was at a bar that was highly profiled, that I had spent many years working my way to get to that bar.
Heidi's kind of a big deal.
No, but I had worked really hard to get to the place where people that were coming every year would recognize me and they wanted to come back to it was a finely honed skill. I got to this bar. We have jointly some very dear friends like myself that have worked here for a really long time who have hung out at my bars over the years. And it just so happened that John, our creator, God, I think we should drink to that. John, every time we say John, we should probably have to drink to that.
You know, I only have shots, right?
You know what? I'm prepared and I'm ready for you.
Yeah, you fucking better be.
Okay. So John, his birthday falls during rally every year. And this particular year that Joanna had come for the first time, our very dear friend, the tattoo artist. Cheers. Here's to John's birthday. We're drinking to John's birthday.
Yeah, John's birthday. Dad's birthday. Why did I say John? That was weird. Whew.
They came to my bar.
You got this.
They came to my bar. And we proceeded to party like it was his fucking birthday, right?
Yeah.
His birthday.
Yep. Gonna say that's how it went down.
I was kind of running the show because that was my job. It got quite late in the night. We had exponential amounts of shots. Exponential. Many, many shots. And Joanna, and I honestly don't even remember the actual it's a very vague thing because I've been doing this for a long time. And like I said, at the time I didn't know her. So I wasn't honed in to what she was trying to say to me. Joanna at one point got right in my face as I was trying to give her dad another shot and pretty much tried to do the woman to woman, girl, me to you. I'm asking you.
That's exactly
another shot.
That's exactly what I was doing. I was almost begging.
There's a couple factors there. One, Joanna and I, clearly, if you're looking at the screen, there's an age
Here.
gap.
I'm gonna
There's
bring
age
it
gap.
up again.
There's an age gap. Second of all, the tattoo artist, Glenn, our dear friend that brought them to the bar for John's birthday, at this point, I'd already been friends with for 10 years at least. So there was a seniority situation. And then we're going to throw in the fact that we had all had, did I say exponential? Did I say exponential? Did I mention that part?
Yeah.
Okay. So here I got this young baby girl that all of a sudden thought she was going to drive the boat, right? She's like,
oh, fuck you. I
No,
never
that's
knew
what
this was your side of the story.
I mean, I didn't know you. You're a fucking child going, please don't give my daddy another shot. I'm like, we're all having a good time. And he's a grown ass man. And Glenn's my friend. And your dad is having a good fucking time. So I paused because I gave her a moment. I thought about it. And then I looked at Glenn, who was paying for the shots. And I looked at your dad, whose birthday it was, and you don't get to decide when it's your birthday. You don't get to decide. It's like you're gonna drink till you puke. It's your birthday. Everyone's gonna do that, right? And then I look at this child who's like, please don't make my dad. And I was like, no, girl, you're at fucking rally, and you need to get on board. Like this is what we do here. Because she was like,
girl,
he's really drunk. He's drunk. Don't give him another shot. And I kind of had to go. I'm not going to humiliate this grown-ass man and send him home with his daughter who's, don't give my dad another shot. So I fucking poured liquor in his throat. And
that
fast
is how I went
forward,
down.
believe it or not, we're still friends.
Somehow, something
God.
went right that night because I'm pulling that photo up
Thank
once
God.
again because somehow we became quite inseparable from that. And
Yeah.
that is one of my favorite rally photos ever. I do have to say. That is.
Do you remember what
Heidi in her element.
I said to you? Do you remember what I said to you right before we took that picture?
No.
I tried to, so that was kind of something that I did with girls. I would pick up girls like that. That pose I would do with other girls. And you paused and we kind of fought about it. You were like, no.
I remember
and I'm
this.
like, no, I got you. And you were like, no, I got you. And I was like, girl, I got you. Now, mind you, Joanna's like almost 6. She's probably 5, maybe 5.5 inches taller than I am. And I'm insistent. I was like, no, I got this. And she just was not having it and forced me to jump in there. And she's the first and only girl I ever let do that because typically at my bar, I got drunk girls. I'm not going to let some fucking drunk ass girl pick me up because you'll crack my head open. So
yeah. I mean, the thing was that it all worked out and somehow we're still friends. But it was perfect. It was amazing.
somehow,
so that is
somehow it's way beyond that. Somehow we actually cross the lines between friends and family and #same person, right?
it's true. And so now we are very, very lucky. We are
Hence
so
who
lucky.
chose the same pendant to feature is what I pulled out of the box to wear today, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So we have come to this point, and Heidi is I think maybe best employee. And if our friend Barney out there is watching, he's gonna have to like step up to the mark. We'll get to that story later because for now we are going to jump to a beautiful video because we decided to tell a little bit of the story of Sturgis Jewelry.
Yeah.
So again, all of you out there who are watching, Rally is something that's very special. We enjoy it. It's so much fun. And if you've been there, you enjoy it. It's so much fun. This company has been a part of the Rally for a very long time. And my dad and my brother, Saul, who's the master builder of our website, by the way, they have recorded a beautiful story to tell us about the story of Sturgis Jewelry. And we are going to cut to that now. They are going to tell you the first part of the story. They're both a little bit camera shy in the beginning of this recording, but they warm into it.
It's fine. And just for anyone that's only seen Joanna and I here to this point, this is where it all started. Like, John makes our jewelry, and Saul, Joanna's brother, John's son, like this is who created Why I Come. So enjoy this. They're lovely people.
G'day. We're here in northern New South Wales, the Tweed Valley, beautiful Australia. We're going to have a chat about something on the other side of the world, Sturgis, and in particular the Sturgis Jewellery Company. It's a brief history of how we got into it, what we're doing. I'm here with my dad, John Willers.
G'day, mate.
G'day. And I'm Saul. We've been doing jewellery for quite a while, and it's all thanks to this marvellous man. It's been a long journey to get to the Sturgis Jewellery Company. Tell us a little bit about where it all started.
It all started in Vancouver in 1973, the year after Lorraine and I were married. We moved to Vancouver, and I'd been playing around with copper wire over that winter, but I ran into a bloke only a month or so after we arrived in Vancouver who had all the equipment to as a hobby, caster. I'd never done any casting or wax carving, but he said, we'll set up a studio and we'll take it from there. Well, we did that, and it was 5 minutes from my back door, and he went back to study at university, so I had all his equipment for about 5 months, and I took to it like a duck to water. Was what I was meant to do, and pretty soon, within a month, I was making jewellery I was selling, and that went from there. And Lorraine and I lived in Vancouver for 5 years, moved to Australia, and I was, we were always selling the jewellery, and she had helped me a lot in the workshop when she also had her own job, and then down the track, the bikers in Australia discovered I could make the things they liked. And I did a few shows in Sydney, and I made more money than I was making in all the other shows I was doing. And as long as you've had the money to pay the rent, you were allowed in. It was a beauty. There was no juried shows to make sure you were good enough or whatever. And I said to Lorraine, come on, we're going back to North America because the biker crowd there is so much bigger. And that's when you and Joanna were little, and it was in 89. 88 we moved back to British Columbia, and I went up and down the west coast and discovered what Sturgis was, and arranged to be there in the 49th annual rally in 89.
Right, so 89 was the first time.
Right, first time, and
you made it to Sturgis.
Right, and we've had a presence in this town ever since.
So the 49th was before it all went crazy in the 50th, so the 49th you were
at Buffalo Chip,
outside of town at Buffalo Chip. And how was that?
It was an experience, and sometimes it was very funny. It was tedious because it was dusty and hot. It was. We made a few dollars, and so we were quite happy with the whole thing. But business was from 6 in the evening till 6 in the morning, and everybody was pretty fucked up on something or other. So the only way to stay on their wavelength was to get in the same condition. Thank heavens Lorraine wasn't a serious drug taker or drinker, so she watched me. Yeah.
And so that was the first experience at Sturgis, which
right.
Then made you want to come back, I guess.
Yes, yeah. That's at the end of that rally, I went into town and arranged for a spot outside what was super duper the supermarket right in the middle of town. It's not there anymore. Well, the building is, but
for okay. What would be the 50th,
and nobody had any idea what the 50th was going to be like. But it was mind-boggling. I will just digress with a little story from Buffalo Chip, because as once everything started to happen, this bloke came right. We were in front of the stage, and there was about 15, 20 vendors at the most. And this guy set up right beside us. He came on his bike, and a friend came along with 2 bottles of nitrous oxide and a box of balloons. And he was selling a balloon full of nitrous oxide for $2. And people were lined up all night until he ran out. They were falling over. It was hilarious. And I got to know this guy, and one evening he gives me a special cookie. And I munch on that, and he goes over to Lorraine, my wife, and he says, "Look, watch him, because I just gave him a cookie, and he'll start to give things away. Watch him." So not long after that, I cut a deal for a couple, but I hadn't given it away. But they came back, and I was busy, and they gave her a joint and said, "Give this to your old man. He gave us such a good deal." Of course, Lorraine says, "Oh God, he is giving stuff away." Yeah. But it was like that. There's just so many funny things go on at Sturgis because everybody's there to have a party.
Hello. Welcome back, everybody. So that was the beautiful first part of our story of Sturgis Jewelry. I love that little anecdote there, Heidi. We're gonna get to that later.
I
know that you know this guy too. We're gonna get to that later because as a little fun teaser right now, I'm gonna let you all know that we have John the jeweler himself coming on to join us on the show a little bit later, and Saul is going to be here as well. So we're actually gonna have both of them on the show later. So Heidi, we're gonna save that story.
So anyone
it
that's
is
ever partied at the Buffalo Chip is going to want to hear this story, because I can almost guarantee what you know of the Buffalo Chip is not what it's nothing like. The Buffalo Chip started out.
Exactly. Wait, no, I'm going to make you hold that. I am going to make you hold that, Heidi, because we're holding that Buffalo Chip story for when Dad's on. You and Dad are going to talk about that later. You can tell. Okay, Perfect. I'll tell you what.
That's a great, yeah.
I'll throw you a little bone. You can tell one very short snippet about your time at the Buffalo Chip. Tell us what you were doing at the Buffalo Chip before we cut to our very first music video, which is going to be really fun. So just tell us what you were doing at the Buffalo Chip, because we're going to tie all of this in together later in the show once Dad is on here. So tell us, Heidi.
Riding around naked on a horse selling beer.
Literally, that sounds like a joke. How'd you end up there? What was which was your first year at the Buffalo Chip? Let's go in anniversaries. We don't need to say years. We don't need to talk about time. Anniversary?
No. You realize I'm over 50. I have to do math. So give me a minute. So here's the thing. It's kind of funny because people joke about how you don't know how old you are. The truth is, when you're 20 something, it's 35 years. And I'm doing math again. I don't know how old I was, but it was 35 years ago.
Yeah. So it was like the 40, it would have been the 45th or 46th anniversary of the Sturgis Rally. Anyway, about that.
Earlier than that,
okay.
I want to say.
So a little earlier than that. Heidi was a superstar. Everyone bought their beers from her.
I was the only one selling beer.
Pretty badass. She just kind of rocked up.
They wouldn't let us sell beer without a beer license. We were selling beer. We got in trouble because we were trying to sell beer at the campground. And they wouldn't let us sell beer. We didn't have a beer license. And if you sold it, then you had to have, then they were going to let cops on the site, right? The things you guys have to understand is, like, back then, the only people at Rally were lifestyle bikers. Like,
real bikers,
I hate this word, but hardcore, like lifestyle people that are bikers, right? And there's a lot of titles and thoughts about what that looks like. But back then there were people that were bikers and everyone else, because your average Joe Blow guy, us, we didn't have bikes. It was there was lifestyle bikers and everyone else. So the numbers were much smaller and things were geared much differently.
Yeah.
And I feel like we probably should think about what I say before I blurt it out. We're gonna come back to this.
We're gonna come back to this.
Life was different then. We did a lot of shit. We enjoyed every minute of it. But it's a lot of the stuff when I hear young people that come now, they ask like, where's that party at? Where's that situation at? And the truth is we you know, like everything else, times change and things change, and motorcycles were not the norm. Normal average people did not own a motorcycle, did not spend a lot of time doing road trips. And now it's that demographic has changed, and rally has changed, and the way we do rally has obviously had to change too, because you can't fit 500,000 people on a campground, right?
Exactly. Yeah, so things have shifted. So now it's time for us to move on to our very first music video of the show.
Yes.
We have the incredible Josh Rogan, who will be joining us live on Sunday, who has recorded some beautiful music that we get to show for you. Josh Rogan has played in Sturgis multiple times. He played as part of his band, the Rogan Brothers Band, for many years. And then he shifted off and started doing his own solo thing. Josh Rogan, an incredible musician, beautiful human being. And here is our very first music video from Josh.
Enjoy, you guys.
Dreams are on the line. Don't waste your precious time. Waiting.
and wonderful Josh Rogan. So again, oh fuck, he's so fucking good. He's an incredible guitarist. Actually, shit, I don't even know if in that music video, we'll talk to him about this on Sunday. He wears one of our rings that he never takes off. And you can see
I saw it.
It's all beat up from him playing the guitar with it on. And it's just like, he's an incredible human being, incredible musician. So we are so stoked to have him with us throughout the weekend. And one thing that I want to say now, all of you out there, so we are just having fun here. We're enjoying ourselves, and I hope that is coming across, and I hope that you are enjoying yourselves as well, because one of the hilarious things about all of this is that we're not TV producers. None of us on the team at Sturgis Jewelry.
We're not even TV personalities.
We're not TV personalities. We are doing the absolute best we can. And as I said earlier, I just wanted to say fuck Facebook again, just for fun. I also wanted to say fuck Zoom, because Zoom, we're fucking paying Zoom for our membership, and they still insist on putting the logo down in the corner. I don't know which side it is, but I know all of you out there watching, you can see that little Zoom logo. Fuck Zoom, fuck them. They're making so much money right now. Fuck it. So we just want to say we are using all of the things, the tools at our disposal. Some of the shit is going to be not smooth, and you're going to see the screen. You're going to see this stuff as it comes up. We're just doing the best we can. We just really we're bummed that we don't get to be at our annual party. We don't get to be there together. We don't get to see all of you out there, all of you who are not able to travel to Sturgis this year. And we just want to be here, A, to connect, and B, to have fun, and C, to show off this fucking jewelry, because it's really fucking cool. And on that note,
can I just say,
yeah.
I just want to say, for anyone that is watching, if you're here with us, we are collectively so glad that you could come and enjoy. Like, everything's so fucked up right now. Rally isn't normal. Nothing's fucking normal. We can't do anything that feels right, even when we put ourselves out there. Nothing's fucking right. So thanks for joining in and just even spending time with us. Joanna and I, we literally, this is our north. This is our compass north, is Sturgis every year. And so when it gets derailed, we kind of don't know where we are or when we are. It literally has set our entire existence off kilter. It's like we're flying without a fucking flashlight, without a map. We don't know what the fuck's going on. Nobody does. But
without a mask, that should be the new, like, oh fuck,
we're flying without a mask, right? Yeah. And so super grateful that you guys could share this time with us, because I hope you feel the love that we have for Rally, for each other, for the jewelry, for you guys for joining in. And for anyone that's ever been or wanted to be at Rally, like I would like, if you have been here and you want to share a story with me, jump on, let's talk about it. If you've never been here and you want to hear about some shit, stay tuned, because I promise you're going to get more interesting. As we get to know each other better, we'll tell you more things.
And on that note,
you can't let all the stuff out.
No, you got
I feel like it's
something hidden, right?
Yeah, no.
So on that note, we're gonna jump to some Sturgis jewelry here. We're gonna have a look at some more pieces.
So one of the things that was really cool to me is I had seen John's pieces for years before Joanna and I had actually started working together. That's actually a way down the pipeline story. To go from tending bar to working with these guys. I did not know, literally did not know. And like a lot of people that probably have been to Rally and seen the jewelry or even been on the website, it's pretty commonly known that our shit is biker, right? We have a lot of skulls, we have bikes, it's very bikery. However, John's talents have crossed all the barriers. Like he literally, he's an artist, right? So it doesn't matter what the subject is, his talent's still there. You're going right where I was gonna, that's exactly. So we always have guys that come to rally and want souvenirs for the gal, for their daughter, for whoever at home that is not necessarily into biker shit. They don't want skulls and John's talents span way beyond what would be considered typical biker stuff.
So
Yeah,
so
these
here's
the
one of
flamingos.
pieces.
Look, if you guys can see the detail in those, they are fucking stunning, stunning, stunning. And every time I wear them, it's been years. Every time I wear them, people stop me on the street, like strangers in the grocery store will be like, "Oh, I love your earrings. Where did you get those?"
Yeah.
Kind of long story to stop and say, well, you got to go to a motorcycle rally in South Dakota.
Yeah.
But now we have a website. Now we have a website, and it's not just, it's not
awesome website.
Yeah.
Super awesome website. You
Yeah.
can find us at sturgisjewelry.com. And so, yeah, on that note, since we're looking at these earrings, like these are one of the big, this showcase pieces that are brought home as gifts so often
so
at
often,
Rally.
right?
And then on that note, actually to shift back into biker mode, because a lot of the pieces we're looking at today are very biker related. And for the record, we're going to showcase quite a lot of pieces over the weekend. So tomorrow we're going to have an animal day. We're going to talk about that a little bit later.
Nice.
This is also a classic gift. So this goddamn focus. You can see exactly what this is. So the bike here is in 10 karat
Joanna,
gold,
tip
and the
your
hearts are in
lower
sterling
finger
silver.
up just a little bit so we can get just a little bit more, maybe. There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that piece
Love
is sterling silver and 10 karat gold, and it's set on a chain, so it just sits beautifully. I'll show you once we come back to the other camera, but it just sits beautifully when you wear it. So that's also a really popular piece that goes home as gifts from Sturgis.
As well as, I don't see any of them there. I'm sure we'll talk about these later on in the weekend as well. But so obviously you've now figured out John lives in and is from Australia, home of the opal, guys.
Well, cut to the chase, Heidi. Jesus, I got one on my wrist right here. Cut to the chase.
Yep.
This baby right here. A
John's opals
cuff bracelet.
So here's the thing that John does. He doesn't set stones. He sets jewelry. He picks a stone and makes jewelry to fit the stone. He listens to his heart and to his eye, and every piece is unique and fucking bad. You guys, I mean, opals have always been popular. Everyone loves them, but John's opals.
And it is just next to impossible to show how stunning that stone is.
You can't.
These are the kinds of pieces, that those opal bracelets, they're all one-offs. The design is made around the stone, so it's always just a little bit different. And I definitely like to wear it next to the skulls because it's the girly next to the badass, we'll say. We like to put them together. We wear them together a lot.
That's what I do too. That's what I do as well.
Yeah. So those are the pieces that we'll look at for now. And I will now also let you know that if you are interested in picking up any of these pieces or any of the other pieces that you've seen at Sturgis during the rally or anywhere else, we don't have all of our pieces available on our brand new website just yet. Eventually, they're going to be up there. But right now, not all those pieces are available. So if you are looking for something that is not available on the website, you can meet us in our shopping room right after the show. So we are setting up a Zoom room for shopping and for after party hangouts. You can come and meet us there. We're going to post the details for that at the end of the show so that you can join us if you would like to hook in with us for that. You can also contact us through the internet or by email anytime, or by phone. Sorry, is what I was trying to say. Anytime, if you would like to.
Not show up without a shot glass. I'm sorry. I cannot provide you with a fucking shot glass via Skype or email or Zoom or Facebook, or I can't. Bring your own shot glass, motherfuckers.
Legit, super legit. So we're going to look more at the jewelry a little bit later. And for now, I'm going to say it's still rally, and get yourself ready. Heidi's going to get herself ready. All of you
All
out
right, you
there
guys,
watching.
just so you know, because you realize that we're doing this like on the fly. This is all new. Like we're all zooming from home. We're all zooming from home. I'm sitting in my chair. The refrigerator is directly adjacent to me, and so I'm just gonna apologize and/or say you're welcome. I'm not sure how I have to handle that, but
Get into it. Get to it.
I'm sorry or you're welcome. The refrigerator's right there, and I'm going in.
All right, get yourself ready. We're about to cut to part 2 of this video that we're showing. Get yourself there. First day of rally. So for the record,
day of
we always choose the first day of rally. It's always the first day of rally. All righty. Any of you out there watching, if you are not drinking along with us, shame on you. Unless you don't drink, in which case, congratulations.
Ooh.
But you should be doing shots of something with us, kombucha, tea, coffee, whatever floats your boat, Get along with us. This is part of the idea. We are all in this together.
For fuck's sake, it's just
all around the world.
No judgment.
All righty,
we're going to fucking shot of something.
We're going to jump right now. We're going to jump right now to our second part of the story of Sturgis Jewelry. The beautiful story of Sturgis Jewelry. And right after that, we have a very special surprise for you all. Enjoy the second part.
Do I know about this? Do I? Did it?
Yeah, you do. Mwah.
The 50th was mind-boggling. Bikes didn't stop on Main Street or Lozelle in Junction for 24 hours a day for 10 days. It was just overwhelming.
And that was your first time in town?
In town, yeah. And I'd never seen a rally as big as this in my life. Yeah.
I don't think anyone had.
No,
it was probably beyond
a
expectation.
A handful of people figured it was going to be a monster, and some guys became millionaires in that one rally. But everybody did well. Yeah. And one of the things, I met the Gypsy Leather Crew, and they invited me to join their store in Daytona, which I did the following year. And I was set up in Daytona for quite a while, and we had a building there, and it was good. It was good to us. But
and so during that time, you were still doing the rally in Sturgis.
Yes, and I don't think I'd registered Sturgis Jewelry Company, but I was always setting up in somebody's store. More often than not, Walter Dyer from Walter Dyer Leather in Framingham, Massachusetts. I would set up with him because I got on with those guys really well, and we had a lot of laughs.
Right. I think one of those laughs involves something along the lines of the Sasquatch.
Yeah, it was funny. I was always parked outside the back of the building in my van, and the rest of the crew, because there were 2 or 3 different vendors, and the Walter Dyer guys, were upstairs on the top of that building. Well, one night I hit the sack early because I was knackered. I was always doing these shows on my own. And they all came home from the bar and started talking right around my van and laughing and joking. Of course, they'd had a few drinks. And I was livid because I woke up and I thought, I'm never going to get back to sleep. So I climb out of the door, which is away from where they're all standing, so they don't even know I'm climbing out of my van. And I immediately get onto the roof and I rant and rave and just give them a serve. Well, they all were stunned and they just looked at me. Nobody said a thing. And they slowly but surely filed up the steps and went to bed. And I was livid still, and I get back in the van, I'm climbing into bed, and I realise that I'm absolutely buck naked. I haven't got a stitch of clothing on. And of course I started to laugh and fell right to sleep, and it was all over. But the next morning, Brian Cardinelli, the t-shirt guy from Road to Ruin T-shirts, he started the rumour, because he was a very funny fellow, he still is, that the Sasquatch had been sighted in the back alleys of Sturgis in the middle of the night. Yeah, that was funny.
Very good. So those were the years where you were still setting up in Sturgis, and you continued to do so and moved away from Daytona and and found a property on Main Street, right?
Yeah.
That became the permanent home of
In fact,
Sturgis Jewelry.
the Gypsy Leather guys found this building for me and to put me onto it. And a good friend of mine in Rapid went and checked it out for me and blah, blah, blah. Cut a long story short, I bought it from Fred Lang, Buckland Hyde, and unfortunately he died very recently, and everybody's missing him. He was a cantankerous guy, but a really good man. Really good man. Yeah.
And so that's 1049, and it's Main Street. It's the home of Sturgis Jewelry now.
Sure it is.
It's been there for a while. Yeah, it was around those times that you started teaching me how to make the jewelry as well, and I got involved.
Yes, it was you finished grade 12 the year your mum died, and you took a year off after that, and you spent 6 months in the workshop, and he learnt everything except for the wax carving.
Which is the real skill. And
You,
real
if you
creative bit.
either got it or you haven't, but everything else about the jewellery, Saul he knows backwards. So,
Yeah, it's an interesting process. I'm glad that I know it backwards and continue to be involved. And that's the beauty of the business. We're a family outfit. We're very small, and our home is in 1049 Main Street. And
in America,
will be.
And you've seen Joanna there for the last at least 4 years. She and Heidi run the show now.
Unfortunately, we can't make it this year.
No.
It's a bit of a strange year
Particularly as it's the 80th, but that's the way we all roll with these punches, I guess. It's how we learn how to do it. Get on with it.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, we can't make it. We're not allowed to leave, but we'll be there again soon. We look forward to more rallies in the future.
Good one, yeah. Good to chat to everybody.
Hi, everybody. I love that so much. I mean, do I only find that charming because they're my family members? Oh my God, you're dabbing your eyes. Oh, it's real. Shit got real. So now, without further ado, we are going to jump right in for our special guest this evening, this morning, wherever you are. Please welcome the jeweler himself and the master builder of our website, Saul Willers and John Willers.
Howdy.
Welcome.
Hey, now I'm all fucked up and now I'm crying. So fuck all you guys.
Oh, I love it.
I just want to say, because if you're looking at the screen right now and you're seeing all of us, you may be coming from vastly different places. Many things may have brought you here. I'm just going to say from what brought me here, and what brought me here spans from when John first came here to Joanna's coming here, and it's been vastly different. Anyone that's spent any amount of time at Rally knows how much it's changed very, very rapidly. Over like every year is just a different thing. But you know what? I'm now starting to realize that everything is vastly different every year. Like, shit, just look at what we're dealing with right now, right? Everything is different all the time. And so that being said, I always fancied myself someone that could roll with punches and just was ready on the fly, and shit was always crazy. And this last couple months in particular has really brought that to another level for me. And so anything that I've been able to keep in my life from past to now, I'm so grateful. Like, shit's just fucked up right now, right? We're just lucky to be in the moment. Kids that are in school, parents that have kids in school, we're lucky to be in the moment. Like, shit is just crazy right now. And so what's happening right here in front of me, multi-generational, the stuff that John and I have shared, that we didn't even know that we shared. When we met, we didn't even know how much we had in common and how much time we'd spent with all the changes, right down to the youngest child, his youngest child, Joanna, who has now become the closest thing to my heart. It's amazing that we all share that common denominator. Like there's just cross boundaries, cross cities, cross countries, cross life interests. John's jewelry has brought all of us to the same place. Like it's amazing to me. John, you have no idea. You have no idea how many boundaries you have crossed and how many people you have brought together over the years. And I'm so grateful to be part of that.
Thanks, Heidi.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What a wonderful intro.
Well, thank you both of you and everybody else who's putting this whole thing together.
I don't think that was nearly as articulate as I wanted it to be, but there's a lot going on in my brain, and I can't just fill it all and tell you guys how much I fucking love. I love Raleigh. I love the people that come here. I love the people that used to come here. I love the people that are just coming here, and I love the people that have made it possible for me to keep coming here, which is you guys.
Yeah.
Well, you hit the nail on the head, and you right at the end of your spiel. All your spiel was on the money. Thank you. But it's all the people that we've got to know, and some of them definitely don't come to the rally anymore. But we've got such a family in 1049 with the guys in the tattoo cellar and us upstairs, and for 2 weeks of the year we're a family. And that's so much fun. Have you got any questions?
Yeah. Heidi was just lathering praise on you instead of asking you questions. So the two of you were out there.
This wasn't your first rally. What was your first rally, John?
89.
The 49th.
Well, no, not Sturgis. What was your first motorcycle rally? Was it Sturgis?
Oh, God.
What was your first motorcycle? Yeah.
Here in Australia, I don't know, 89, 88, early 80s in Australia here, and they were just.
And when did you first?
That was just as much fun actually, but they were really quite small. Yeah.
It was quite small here back then, right? At the Buffalo Chip, it was. It felt big back in the day, but what we're looking at now, like, of course, what
exactly
we thought the Buffalo Chip back in the day.
But as the only difference, not the only difference, but we pretty well in the early days, everybody showed up at the rally on their own bikes.
Yeah.
There were no
I
kids
didn't see a trailer here until I had been here for almost 9 years before I saw the first trailer in town.
Yeah.
And that was the guy that was like, people were like,
who is
and they
this?
They came out with the buttons and the pins for their vests that were like trailer trash.
Right, of course.
That's when the I Rode Mine patches, because before the I Rode Mine was just, well, fucking you, of course you rode yours. You came to a motorcycle rally, right?
Yeah.
And
how the fuck else did you get here?
Yeah, but super judgy us, because we came from that original biker community that built this whole situation. And I kind of begrudgingly dealt with those people for a long time as a bartender, as a growing business. You got to make money when you come. And so I was like, oh, you trailer your bike here.
Yeah, of course, right? And
now I'm looking at full circle.
Wait, I want to pull this full circle because I want to talk about everyone's first years. Because so Dad, your first year was the 49th. Saul, what was your first year in Sturgis?
My first year would have been 2000. So I was underage. I couldn't even get into the bars.
So was Joanna.
No, I wasn't. Jesus Christ.
You were too young to grab my boobs and drink with me the way you did, for sure. I don't know about laws, but I'm just going to say you were too young to be doing what you were doing.
So Saul, your first year was 2000, and that would have been the
Really?
60th. We should have figured this out before going live on the internet, right? Like we should have.
No, I love it. I know I love all this because people at home are going, when was my first year? Have I been there before?
Yeah, right.
Like, yeah.
So yeah, 2000, that would have been the 60th, which is really cool. My first year was the 69th. I remember that very clearly because of
Yeah,
the
because my booty
t-shirts
shorts
of
said
skeletons.
69.
The
Yeah,
t-shirts.
I had Sturgis 69 booty
All-
shorts on when I met you. I remember that
all the
too.
Heidi, all the t-shirts were skeletons 69ing. That was all the t-shirts at the 69th. That's why I remember it very, very, very vividly. So Saul and Dad, your incredible stories, beautiful snippets that we've had so far. But one of the really interesting things that came out of watching those snippets when we asked you to record those was that we realized that you have this beautiful connection through making the jewelry together. And that's something that not everyone does. And I've taken it for granted because I have
Don't drink alone, John.
I've grown up with jewelry making in the house, but Saul, you learned so many parts of making the jewelry, and we're going to have a look at some pieces that you know a lot of the ins and outs of making in a moment. But just for a moment, we want to hear from both of you about a quick snippet about the jewelry making process, because that is fascinating. So how do you sum that up for us, the two of you?
Elevator pitch of jewelry making is that I know those bits of it. The first bit is the creative bit that is Dad, and that's where you sit down and you think, okay, I have an idea up here. How do I translate that into 3 dimensions in a wax that then becomes a piece? And that first bit is all this man's creative genius, and that I don't know. The process after that is a you know, an engineering process, a fun thing of making the metal into a piece, into a ring, into whatever it may be. That's been around for eons, and Dad uses some of the same techniques that have been going on for a long time. But it's I guess
a lot of people don't realize when they come here, that's a lot of what sets your pieces aside from everyone else. Like, we're not a mass produced. It's not a. These
it's
are
all
John's
handmade,
hand carved designs.
Yeah,
that are now
and that's
cast
the
in
bit
silver.
that you can't really teach someone. That's the bit that
Right.
it comes
Right.
out of here and goes into the physical bit,
Right.
and that's what Dad. Yeah, that is what he does.
Yeah. So then tell us, Solly.
Let me explain something before Saul continues. In order to you can reproduce the original design, and
Sure.
and we do that. But even every ring that's repeated, we still do the work. And it's Lorraine, my wife, counted it one time because she used to help me a lot before she died. But it's about 23 steps from the beginning to the finished product. And your hands do all the work.
I remember you saying that one time. 23 times a piece of jewelry has to be touched and handled to go from start to finish.
Well, that includes setting stones and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
It's incredible.
I mean, versus something that's being fed into a die cast machine that's spitting out thousands, and there's not even finished work on the end. So even those die cast pieces could be made better, and they just don't. They just spit them out. And
yeah, well, but that's mass production. It's like Henry Ford did it with automobiles. Before that, they were all handmade, and I'm not knocking anything really.
No, exactly. It's all different processes.
But
it's just saying this is the difference. This is why when people have questions like, why is this different? This is the difference. This is the reasoning behind what's kept us here this far, and what will continue to keep us here. And why when you walk down the street in Sturgis, when you look at those guys, if you ever come to Sturgis, if you've ever been in Sturgis and you walk Main Street, clearly there are people that stand out in the crowd.
Yeah, and that's what happens when you've been there as long as us.
Those people are going to be rocking some of John's that's what sets things apart. So
Solly, before we jump to the next jewelry showcase, which is a really, really big deal. If you've just tuned in, you want to stay tuned in right now. Solly, you tell us a short snippet about the steps of the process that you learned in jewelry making, just like woof, all those little bits that you learned about making the jewelry.
Oh, it's hard to summarize. It's there's a lot of fine finger work involved. It's something that I had to get accustomed to. It requires a lot of dexterity with you working in the metal, because obviously the manufacturing process starts at the metal, right? So the wax becomes metal, and then you finish the wax. A lot of you finish the metal. A lot of the work is in the metal afterwards, be that setting stones, filing and polishing, plating to get some finishing in the cracks, in the nooks and crannies, antiquing for silverware, and our silver pieces. There's a lot to pick up, but it's and one of the first pieces that I learnt on was kind of thrown in the deep end. It was our little skull link bracelet. It was a tiny little tennis bracelet type thing, and the manufacturing of that is a lot of repetition. So that was one of the first things that I was given by Dad to cut my teeth on, and that was a fun little process of getting going, because it's a really fine little bracelet. I think Joanna's got it there. It's
got it in gold. It's phenomenal. Phenomenal.
There's a lot of little pieces. So essentially they're the same skulls that are linked together with a T-bar catch type thing that then links onto the next piece. And the result is that it's a very, very flexible little bracelet. You can see it's almost like a piece of rope, but it's all in solid 10 karat gold, and it loops around and clasps up like that. It's funny because you zoom out a bit and you wouldn't even know that it's skulls. Then you get in close and you can realize what it is. It's we have this in smaller. Or that's the smallest. Then we go up from there in larger size skulls.
Yeah, this is one of the most incredible pieces I find. Like it
is off the chart. Like that is, and that was the first piece I ever had that you guys made. That was my very first purchase ever.
Yeah. So
and then very closely after was our #1 selling piece is this guy, and I haven't taken it off for I don't even know how many years I've had this on my finger.
Here we go.
Yeah. So on that note,
that ring has been the basis of many new designs followed that design. That particular skull has been the basis of a whole bunch of other rings, because the proportions.
Of course,
are just
I mean, it's the base skull. Like all the other things that happen skull wise, they start out right here.
It's a jumping off point. So on that note, we're going to jump off into something that is extra cool, which is our first live announcement of our very new piece this year. Saul, I think you're going to show this one for us. We're going to jump right into the showcase of our very special anniversary, 80th anniversary.
It's so
Sturgis
great.
80th rally is the wording in there. And you've got the motorcycle with a stone set in the motor and the Black Hills in the background. And that right there, that is our 80th anniversary ring, which we thought we were going to be holding off until next year. And then we learned that it was happening this year. So now we're looking at this beautiful ring. This ring is now exclusively gorgeous in silver. You get a bit more of the detail because of the oxidation in the nooks and crannies there. So if you're a gold wearer, obviously you're going to want this in gold. But if you wear silver, this is what it looks like in silver. And we jumped right in when we heard that the 80th anniversary was going to be this year in the end. And these are the very special pieces that Saul is showcasing here. So this ring is available by order only at SturgisJewelry.com.
Guys, that's a live feed you have, right? You guys have to understand something about John's pieces. This is something we haven't touched on yet. Something else that makes John's pieces fucking extraordinary is the wearability and the comfort. So if you can roll your finger around, I don't know if you guys can see this, I guarantee you, no matter what angle he shows that from, it's gonna fit his fingers so flush. So this is what happens. A lot of us like big chunky. I love, Joanna, we love big chunky jewelry. And if you have a big chunky piece on your hand, generally that's fucking it. That's all you can wear because your fingers are spread apart and it becomes a thing and you're hyper aware of this piece. John is so aware of how your finger fits the jewelry that he makes it fits so flush that quite literally, if you wanted to fill your fucking hands with like bling the fuck out of yours, like I got some shit here. His pieces will actually fit to where you can put your fingers flush together.
We have a number of customers that have one of each of their designs.
Crazy. No, it's crazy to me. Yeah.
And each hand, sorry.
Yeah, because you can actually close your fingers together and they comfortably sit. Because if you
flip
roll
it over, Saul, so we can see the shank as well.
Show us the top side, yeah.
So this is also another big thing, is that they're very comfortable to wear because they're always rounded around the bottom. Those shanks are super comfortable. So fists are very comfortable. They're comfortable to ride in. That's the whole idea, right? But we have a lot of tattoo artists who wear our pieces. We have a lot of tattoo artists who...
They're really thin. If you can wear them together, they're thin. John can make a thick shank, but he makes it finger shaped, right? So they can actually, you guys got to see, this is not an insignificant, like, right? That's some.
Yeah, there's some metal in it. And so those shanks are very comfortable to wear. They're comfortable to put next to each other. And a lot of our pieces are worn by a lot of tattoo artists. And they have told us many times that they don't need to take their rings off when they put their gloves on and off. And that is actually a huge deal. That's something that is, I had never heard that before. And it's definitely a big deal because a lot of people need to have that comfort, and it's just fantastic to have that. So that is and
if you want to have that big chunky piece, you don't wear it all the time because it's that big chunky piece and it kind of gets in the way and the blah blah blah.
But a lot of people just wear our stuff all the time. So it's really cool to see that beautiful 80th anniversary ring. A lot of people were hanging out for that ring. And so if you were a person who was hanging out for that ring this year, know that yes, absolutely it exists, even though we are not there present in Sturgis. That ring exists. It is by special order only, by order through our website. So head to sturgisjewelry.com, and that's where you can find that ring in gold and in silver. And on that note, I've got a ticket in my throat.
There's an updated picture of the 80th versus the 70th. Like you can actually see the new ring on the website too. It's beautiful, guys. You'll love it. She kicked us out.
Oh no, I just got cut off there. I'm still here.
She kicked us
I'm still here. I got a tickle in my throat. Something just hit the back of my throat. I don't know how that happened. So that's our 80th anniversary ring. Is there anything else that you'd like to share about that, Dad and Saul, while we have you here?
Well, while you've been talking about comfort, I've always, because I wear jewelry, I wear my rings all the time.
All the time,
I'm really conscious of that fact, and of them not catching on things. And the other thing is that on the inside of the shank, let me show you, point this out. These edges are not sharp.
Never.
I deliberately make them rounded, because traditionally in the traditional jewelry world, they're sharp as you've got to do that. But but that makes them more, particularly a heavy ring. It makes them more comfortable, and we can fill in the back, as in with your ring, Heidi. That back can be filled in. It's just going to cost a few more bucks, but it'll be quite a bit heavier. So,
I mean, but it's so comfortable. It's ridiculous. I've always, since the early 80s, I've been into big chunky jewelry, and I didn't find comfortable big until I found your stuff. I had signature pieces that I wore once in a while to make a statement, but I couldn't wear it all the time.
Yeah.
I have big chunky pieces of ears that I literally can sleep in, and I'm like, oh God, really? Like until like yesterday, I'm not gonna lie, people. Hold please. I'll be right back. Hold please.
So Dad, are you wearing a Sturgis cap there?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I'd also just like to flag that in that video, Dad was wearing a cap from the Knuckle Saloon, which is, if you've been to Sturgis, you know the Knuckle. We'll just say that. That's your Sturgis cap.
Hi.
So, do you have a Sturgis shirt on?
No, all mine are dirty.
Oh,
One bad
were you
bit.
not talking to me? I'm sorry.
Hey,
I thought
that's
you were talking to me.
hilarious.
Check
That's
out my
hilarious.
t-shirt. Check out my shirt. This is Abe
Oh,
Lincoln.
that is.
He's on a bike.
Lincoln! Woo!
That is no, but you got to stand back a bit, Dad. We can't see the bottom of it. You
Well,
got to get.
Oh, I
The
I
chair is
know
in the bottom.
exactly what it is.
Yeah, there
I
we
love
go.
that so much.
There he is.
Yeah.
You can see he's on a Harley, and it's Mr.
On a
Lincoln.
Harley.
So,
I don't know if anyone can see this. Like I actually. So yesterday, let's talk about comfort of jewelry right here. Here's my hands all the way fit together, right? My fingers there's no, like, it's totally, my fingers are flush together.
Yeah, we see it.
making it shake as wide as that.
Yeah,
This is a big motherfucking ring.
comfortable to wear.
I can make a tight fist. My fingers touch together. He's gigantic and comfortable. I can wear this all the time. However, that being said, yesterday I stupidly had a fly on my forehead. So this is where this may double as protection in your life, because I swatted a fly off my forehead and almost knocked myself unconscious. And I have a big goose egg on my
Yeah, we can only sort of see it. So we are going to.
almost knocked myself out with a buffalo.
We're now going to jump to our second music video for the night from the beautiful
Josh.
and wonderful Josh Rogan, and we will be back from this video right after to sum up our show. It has been so much fun to be here with you all. Now, Josh Rogan, take it away.
Yeah.
Just a snap, follow through. Too far now, some man bears on you. Got a grip, slipping till. Can't get back, lost the tracks on you. We're only halfway down. Too much trouble for one to double out. You had to do us the real. Just hold on and save some for later. To measure the ground, cause you're only halfway down. Oh. So we'll say yes or no. Who's backing on track, so we just let it flow behind us now. That's all we've got to show. Turn around now, but we're still in the middle of the way we go. Only halfway down. So don't look back to measure the ground, 'cause you're only halfway down. You're only halfway down.
Awesome. That was the wonderful Josh Rogan, who is going to be here live with us on Sunday night. So Sunday night, also 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Please join in so that you can see the musician himself. You'll hear a little chat with him. We're going to have plenty more fun. We're going to have lots of time to chat with Dad about the jewelry and et cetera, over the next 2 nights, Saturday and Sunday, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Please join us again. And for now, if you would like to join us in the shopping room at the jewelry counter, or if you just want to join us there to chat to us and say hi, it's also our after party. Please do come and join us on Zoom. It is going to be, we're going to have a link posted in the comments on YouTube and on Facebook. So you can click that link to join us in the shopping after party room. Or if you have Zoom, get a pen and paper or open your Zoom right now, because I am about to read out the meeting ID. You have precisely 5 seconds to get your shit in a pile.
Write this down.
Get your stuff ready. Ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The jewelry counter room ID is 819 0963 5967. If you missed that, you're crap. No, if you missed that, the link is going to be posted in the comments on YouTube and on Facebook. So you can click that link. It's going to take you right into the room.
Come and say it one more time.
Come and see us.
Say it one more time.
Come and
For
say
anybody
hi.
that took time to get pen and paper, say it one more time.
Come and say hi. If you need that one more time, it is 819 0963 5967. You can click that link in the comments as well. Our special thanks have to go out to the incredible Josh Rogan, Joe Ho, George Stasek, Stu McIntyre, Mikhail Rivera, Kevin Garcia Fernandez, Hannah Smith, and Paula Flalo. Without all of those people, this show would not have been possible. We love you all. You have poured time and effort into this. Thank you so much for your help. Thank you, Saul and Dad.
Hey, thanks all you guys for joining in with us too. We had such a good time with you guys.
We're going to have plenty more time with both of you tomorrow and on Sunday. Cheers. First day of rally. Thank you so much for joining in.
Thank you guys for getting us to where we are and bringing us all together.
Thanks so much. We'll see you later.
Something better, there's always what it seems. You'd better lose it all than find out what it means. There's a picture should stole my own mind. Looking for something that ain't inside of me. I want it all, but I don't know what I need. It's a black hole.